Hello sunshines, welcome to BunniPhish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as BunniPhish on most of the places on internet and social media. Today is the 14th of January 2025. How are you? This is the first time I'm recording in 2025 because my laptop wouldn't turn on. I got home from the cruise. It was a few days later. I went to turn on my laptop. It wouldn't turn on. And I was like, oh, I haven't plugged it in. It's been not plugged in for a while. And I plugged it in, and usually I plug it in and it starts up. And it didn't do that. I was like, oh no, is my laptop dead? I let it charge for several days and then tried to turn it on. And this morning, and it still didn't work. And this morning, after it was still plugged in for a while, it finally turned on. So my laptop is on its last legs. But because it wasn't working, I was like, I don't have a way to edit stuff. So I wasn't recording anything. But now it's working, and I will figure out a way to get a replacement laptop. I'll figure something out because I really enjoy chatting with you, and I also enjoy, we don't have a TV in my house because everybody just uses their laptop. And so I would rather watch podcasts and vlogs and stuff on my computer than on my little tiny phone screen. So yes. And it makes other things easier. There's this whole for neurospicy people, there's I don't know if you've seen the memes about how some tasks are big screen tasks and some tasks are small screen tasks. And I definitely have feelings about doing certain things on my phone versus doing them on a computer. So fingers crossed this laptop lasts for another couple months or something. But I came here for a reason, which is to show you what I'm working on. Did I say I'm in my office at school? I'm in my office. I'm on my lunch break. And I have been working on something. I have been working on my black and green leggings. So this was a goal to finish last year. It didn't happen. I'm going to finish it this year. And the way I'm going to do that, I've been doing really, really well at most days taking my full lunch. Well, at least taking 3/4 of my lunch to actually sit down and eat. And I'm not doing very good at eating today. Look at this. It's more than halfway through my lunch break. I have not eaten half of my lunch. It's fine. That's tomato, herb, quinoa, in case you're wondering. So this is the second week back to school after break. Last week, I was somewhere in this green stripe. And so I finished the green stripe. I did a black stripe. It's Tuesday. Started this green stripe today. I started it today. So my goal right now, if you've seen the bingo video, I apologize. But my goal right now is, because I'm repeating myself, that's why I'm apologizing. My goal right now is to do 3 rounds a day on these leggings. If I do 3 rounds a day, I think I figured out that it would be something like somewhere between 40 and 50 work days to finish this, which means that's about 10 weeks, roughly. So in 10 weeks, I could have these finished, that's a very achievable goal. That's a really good time frame. I don't need them finished in any particular time, but I do want them finished. So the other thing too, though, is that I'm decreasing every 3rd round on these right now because I am somewhere, I haven't tried them on in a while, but when I tried them on before this stripe, I think I was about here. So I'm on the knee area, and my calves are much slimmer than my thighs. So I'm decreasing, which means rounds are going to get smaller. It's going to go more quickly. So I might eventually be doing 4 or 5 rounds in my lunch period, which would be cool, which means these will actually get done. So I'm really excited about that. I really like these leggings. I think they're going to be so cool, under my black dresses at school and in life. So I want them done. and I love the yarn. I think it's so pretty. You just need to do it. I feel like I should also check in with reading stuff because I haven't talked about that. I finished a book. I think I started it after the beginning of the year, but I don't remember. It may have been like right at the end of December. It is called Crowbones by Anne Bishop, and it is one of the books of the, I think the series is called The Others, and it's, if you've been here a while, you might remember me talking about previous books in the series. A very reductionist little synopsis of the overall thing is that it's like alternate America, but there are others like vampires, werewolves, elementals, were crows, were sharks, were different animals. Like they have a human or human-ish form and an animal form, but all sorts of things. And they live alongside humans, and humans have decided they don't like that. Some humans have decided they don't like that. So humans are always the bad guys, which makes sense to me. And it's really like there's always a mystery aspect to it. Like there's always police trying to figure things out with the help of the others. So it's really, really enjoyable. I really liked Crowbones. It was a really good book. I think it's like the 5th or 6th book in the series. So I highly recommend if you like kind of urban fantasy sort of stuff. But it's not super urban-y because humans messed up. So the others kicked back some technology. Not all technology, but some technology. Like there's still email and phones and stuff, but there's definitely restrictions and stuff on stuff. I also started a book called The Deer and the Dragon by C.J. Piper. That's definitely like a dark fantasy sort of thing. Dark fantasy romance sort of book. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. I'll talk about it more though when I get further along in it. So I just wanted to say hi and see if I can finish my 3 rounds on this today. I'm almost there. I think I have half a round to go now. Yep, half a round to go. So I should be able to do that before it's time to go teach kindergarten. It's the hardest 40 minutes of my day, if I'm being honest. It really, really is. All right, I missed you. I missed you so much while my computer was not working. Hey friends, it's Thursday the 16th, and I'm just here to show you that I made a mistake and started knitting. So I was knitting on this side, and I picked up the needle for the back of the project to knit on the front of the project, but not in a way that would make it a magic loop. Oh no, in a way that would make it a twisted mess. So I'm transferring on the needle, but I like to show that everybody makes mistakes, because people sometimes are like, oh, you never make mistakes when you're making. Oh yes, I do. Yes, I do. I just stopped paying attention for a minute. Also, isn't this ring so cute? My aunt got me several for the holiday, the winter holiday, and they are yarn guide rings. And this one's my favorite. It's a little peacock. But anyway, yeah, so silly mistake. It's not going to cost me too much time on my lunch making, so I'm still hopeful to reach the 3 rounds goal today. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Hey sunshines, still Thursday, end of lunch now. I did make it through a little more than 3 rounds, which is exciting, which means I'm definitely finishing this green and starting the black tomorrow, which finishing this green this week was my goal. So that's exciting. I don't think I'll finish another green next school week because we don't have school on Monday. So I'll probably finish the black stripe and be like halfway through the green. That would be my goal, the next green at the end of next week. But anyway, also I put this on Magic Loop because I realized that it is small enough now to be on Magic Loop, which will mean less needle management, which will mean a little bit faster, which is exciting. Hey sunshines, it's Friday and goal met. I finished the green stripe, so yay. So I should be on track to finish the next green stripe, or not finish, get halfway through the next green stripe next week, which would be exciting. And then I don't know when I'm going to try these on again. I don't know. I should probably think about that, but not next week. I don't think I need to do it next week. Okay, sunshines, happy Saturday, the 18th of January. I am being a troll in my bed, a dragon in my bed. I don't know. I'm nesting and not doing anything that I don't have to today. It's so dry in Michigan. My skin is so dry. Anyway, I just had a thought. So I'm working on this sock, and what is this called? Oh, I don't have it pulled up. Pause. Okay, it's called the Romantasy sock by Jennifer Beaulieu. Alundria Knits. And I'm test knitting it, and by the time you see this video, she will have published this pattern. So anyway, here it is. It's super pretty. But I was just thinking, because I don't know if I officially said this or if I just thought it really hard, but my oldest kiddo is super knitworthy and loves my socks. I feel like I told this story. So one of my like unofficial crafty goals this year is just to make my kid more socks. But my kid doesn't necessarily need like pairs of socks. My kid doesn't wear their socks in pairs almost ever. So I just had this thought. Okay, so I'm making this up on the fly and I might not go with this, but when I finish a skein of yarn for a project, I really think I want to make an effort to use up that skein all the way, like in my mini skein blankets, in whatever. But what if I also just have like a scrappy sock going for my kid all year and just, you know, knit chunks of yarn as they come into the blanket, not blanket, into the sock. Sorry, my brain and my mouth do not move at the same speeds. I don't know that I'll for sure do that, but I think it could be kind of fun. I don't know how many pairs of socks I'm making. At least 5, right? But probably way more. So I just think that could be fun. And what is this yarn? Oh, it's in there. Hold on. All right. It is Dream in Color BFL sock yarn. I've had this for a while. I got it at the yarn shop that's now closed. So I don't know if they make this yarn still or not, but that's what that is. Does it have a colorway name? Some BFL nylon, and I don't think I see a colorway name. Nope. So I don't know. It's pretty though. And I love a BFL sock so much. Ooh, maybe I'll save this bit for like the toe, because my kid is tough on their socks. And BFL is pretty hard wearing. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe instead of like knitting, like having just a little tiny sock that, oh, wouldn't it be so fun if I did little minis for socks for my kiddo as an advent calendar, kind of like what I bought this year. but like not necessarily making sure they're 5 grams, just making sure that like there's a nugget, or 10 grams. Those were 10-gram minis. Ooh, that could be fun. I don't know. This is a in process thing. Obviously, I'm just talking it out with you, but I kind of want to do that. But anyway, here's my romantasy sock. I don't know. I just pulled all of the footage off of my phone. And I feel like I should start editing, but I don't really want to. So I think what I'm going to do instead is watch a couple podcasts and work on the sock instead. And then start editing. We don't have school on Monday. I don't remember if I said that. So I have time, right? Like I have time to do the editing. I don't need to rush it. So I'm going to work on this sock and enjoy that for a little bit. Okay, so I'm having many thoughts today. Apparently I'm just chatty and I miss you guys. But I don't know that this is going to be the way it goes all year, right? Because it's January. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? But this month, what has been really working for me craft-wise is having a carry-around sock, which is, have I even shown you? It's literally in my pocket. Because I carry it around. Oh, lost a few stitches, whatever, it's fine, I'll put them back on. But like I took it to the grocery store, I did a little bit of knitting at the grocery store. It's folded over right now. It's a Patton's Croy sock. It had a knot in it. I don't really care. I don't think the recipient is going to care. But like having a carry around sock that just lives in my pocket. So I have it at work. I have it when I'm waiting in line, running errands. I have it. Like today we went to the library, but I didn't go to the library. My littlest went in the library. So I did a little bit of knitting in the car while I was waiting for her. She just ran in, grabbed a couple books, came back out. So having that, which I also have another sock started. Is it? I don't know. It's next to me somewhere, just not visible under my book. Maybe? I don't know. Yes, it was under my book. Okay, so here is the other sock. The one that I just showed you had a ribbed cuff. This one is just going to have ribbing at the top and then be all stockinette. And it's just easy to carry around. I don't have to think too much about it. So having that. And then having my work project, which is still pretty mindless, but like a bigger project that I can't really carry around. So I think that is really, really good. I think my next like work project like that is probably going to be working on the blankets for the middle school auction, because they're blankets. They don't really travel that much. And yeah, I think that might be my next plan. Did I say something else is going to be my plan for that? I don't know, but I think that's what I'm going to do next. That's what's on my radar today to go in next as my project, but I figured like 10 weeks away from that. So, and then on the weekends, I like that I have this test knit sock. So it takes a little more thought. It's got interest in a different way. It's it's not super technique heavy, but like I have to pay attention to the chart, and every round of the chart is different. And it's just, I love when my crafting makes me think sometimes. And I feel like I didn't do very much of that last year. I know I test knit a couple Alundria knits patterns. But yeah, it's just so satisfying to have that as like a weekend project. Like I really want to work on them during the week. I just don't have the brain space. So it's really nice to like have that little carrot on the weekends. I don't know. I'm thinking the 3 active projects is working for me pretty well. For this month at least. Hey sunshines, it's Monday the 20th of January. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day here in the US. There is no school. It is very cold outside. We're in a polar vortex right now, and I think the high today is 7 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very cold. It's very chilly. So my plan is to stay in my house, mostly. I did go to Joann this morning, because all of their yarn is on sale, and I have a couple projects that I need yarn for. One of them, I think I'm going to start today. So my aunt bought me this yarn for winter holiday, and there's a lot in there. I did open it up to look and see if there was yardage on this. It's a mohair acrylic blend. There is not. So my plan is to make a hat and mitten set for my aunt, and then maybe something else. I have 3 of these balls of Woolies Thick and Quick that I'm going to use for it. So I'm going to hold this with this and make the hat, mittens, maybe a cowl. I don't remember how much yarn it takes of Woolies Thick and Quick to make hat and mitts, so we'll see. I did get 3 balls of this though, because I stopped by Joann's. They didn't have like a pinky color that I like. Pink's my aunt's favorite color, so it's gonna be this. So I think I'm gonna start that today. I don't need to finish the hat today. I'm gonna start with the hat. I've decided. I don't need to finish it today. I'm just going to get it started. Also today, I'm working on the Romantasy sock. I did the heel, flap, and turn yesterday, and then I did the black band this morning, and I would like to do the next pink section. That is a lot of rounds. It's 27 rounds, but that's not that many rounds, especially because I kind of do them in chunks of 4, like 4 rounds and then go do something else. So I think that that's a doable goal, although I think I might take a nap. It's 10:19 in the morning and I'm already thinking about a nap. So there is that. But doable goal. And then I also just want to work on this sock a little bit. So I am more than halfway down the foot, because halfway down the foot round-wise was right there. So I'm more than halfway down the foot. I'm not necessarily trying to get to the toe today. If I got to the toe today, that would be cool. But also, even if I just put like 2 rounds on this, that's fine. And then I'm also going to read some of The Deer and the Dragon. This is what I've been reading this month. Or like for the past week, I guess is more accurate. Very enjoyable. I feel like misleading is not the word, but kind of misleading. I feel like it starts out and it's like, oh, this is going to be super spicy because it opens up spicy, but then the book itself is not really spicy. I mean, it's like spicy adjacent, not in a way that I don't like. It's enjoyable. Like, there's been no actual sex scene in the book. Just like suggestive. So I'm enjoying this. I definitely saw it on a TikTok somewhere or a Facebook reel or something. And it was recommended that way. And it's really, really interesting. So it's the No Other Gods series. It's the first book. And it's about this young woman who has always been kind of different and has an imaginary friend who turns out to not be imaginary. And so it's all about the fae, like, but not just the fae as in fairy. It's also like gods and goddesses. There's a fae who classifies all of the everyone, all of the gods and goddesses and different things as fae. So it's a really, really interesting take on world mythology and different pantheons. I'm really, really liking it, and I'm pretty far in it. I only have that much left to go. So definitely finishing this book this week. I don't read a lot during weekdays, but I read a bunch on the weekend, and today is kind of a weekend day still because there's no school. So I'm hoping to read a little bit of this. I'm really, really liking it. I feel like I'm not selling it well. The way that I'm explaining it is very reductionist, but it's so good. The writing style is very, very interesting. It's very character driven, but also like actiony. Like there was a part where I started reading it and it was dark outside, and I was like, oh no, this is scary. Oh no. But it's not like a horror book. It just had a horror moment. It's so good. I'm very much enjoying it. Oh, friends. I got that far in the heart chart pattern, about 2/3 of the way through, and realized that I forgot these eyelets. What was I doing when I got to the end of the row for that many rows, just autopiloting? So I'm going to drop that down and fix that. But I have also worked a little teeny bit on the sock, and I cast on the hat for my aunt, and I think the strand of mohair with the super thick yarn is just fun. I think it looks cute and fun, and I think my aunt will like it. And that's all the ribbing that I'm going to do, and the rest of it is going to be stockinette. It's going to be a really simple project, but I think it looks really good. Oh, but silly. That is so silly. Good morning, sunshines. It is Tuesday the 21st. The 20-somethingth, early in the 20s. And we have an inclement weather day because we're in a polar vortex. I am not at home right now, but I will be in a little bit. I'm hanging out with my best friend. She's keeping us safe. See, very safe. So yeah, I am enjoying my snow day at my boyfriend's house for a hot minute. He's already at work, so I have the house to myself, which is lovely. So I'm going to watch a podcast episode, and then I'm going to go home and do mom activities. My kids are not at home by themselves overnight. I wouldn't do that. So there's another grown-up who lives with us, so they're not unsupervised overnight. But yeah, it's really nice to have like a quiet lie-in for a little bit on this snow day and not have to immediately jump into mom mode. I just get to hang out on the couch with this cute girl. Are we safe now? Do you want to be cozy? Of course you do. Sorry, that's my hand in the way. I had to switch hands. Oh, there you go. You're very cozy. Yeah. You're very cute. Does anyone else knit in the dark and sometimes drop stitches? Okay, so I dropped a stitch. And I don't have my notions bag with me. And you know what? I actually might have a small crochet hook just living in my purse. But I don't know if I do. But anyway, I was knitting in the dark while watching TV last night. And I realized I dropped a stitch. So what I do when that happens, as sometimes happens in movie theaters and stuff when I'm knitting in the dark, is I do a yarn over where that stitch is, and then every time I come to that stitch in the round, I drop off the yarn over and make a new yarn over, so that there's just a little bit of extra space when I go to pick up that stitch and bring it back up all the way. In the Starbucks parking lot, because of course that's mom task number 1 of today. My daughter, my littlest, is obsessed. So anyway, I have that many rows to pick up. That's how many rows I continued on after I noticed the drop stitch. Yes, I'm in the toe. I started the toe decreases even knowing I had a drop stitch, because why not? As long as I didn't get to the actual stitch in the decreases, it was going to be fine. So I'm just about there, but now I'm picking up Starbucks with my kiddo. Obviously, I won't be working on this while I'm driving, but I have a couple minutes. And voila, can barely tell it's there. I can feel it a little bit, but I know that like during its first wash, that tension will totally be worked out, maybe during its first wear. So yeah, it's like it basically never happened. And that yarn over is really, really important because it gives space for that stitch to be. Otherwise, this would be like super puckery right here. Ta-da, ta-da. Yay, I'm going to finish this sock today and cast on the second one. I am going to the movies with my friend Nikki at some point today. Don't exactly know when, but we're going to the movies, so I need movie knitting. Obviously, I have some ideas. I'll talk about them when I get home. Okay, so I said I am going to start the second sock for this pair for movie going purposes. So I went to my yarn stash and pulled out my bag of patterns, which now means I want to talk to you because you'll be seeing a lot of patterns in the coming months. Not a lot. I mean, my stash is pretty small. These are going to be a pair of socks for me. I think this is going to be the second pair of socks for my aunt, just because I don't have very many people on my list of people who like pink. So yeah, I don't know. So anyway, pink yarns. So I think those are going to be for my aunt. But since I was in my cabinet anyway, I have this ball of Gentry gray that I was going to use to make the second sock in this pair, but I have a problem. So I took these stripes out of a skein of yarn and used the rest to make a scrappy sock for my oldest kiddo. And I don't remember what the color is, but it's this line. It's the, what is this? Patterns. Nope. Let me find it. It's just the Croy socks, but it's these like thicker stripes with little tiny stripes in between. And it's the colorway that is red, dark gray, light gray, and brown. And I have been into Joann's or Michael's like 3 or 4 times now, and I can't find another skein because what had happened was I cast on the second sock and then it must have been in my pocket, I think is what happened. And I was on this stripe right here. So I had the cuff done and I was on the stripe, and obviously, because I had made the decision to switch the order of the stripes, obviously this is a little tiny ball. So it was just attached to a little tiny ball and the needle, and it fell out of my pocket. And I don't have this color anymore. And I don't know what to do. Should I just take this stripe out of this yarn? Like, it's not exactly the same. It looks way closer on camera than it does in real life. What if I lay this over? Okay, yeah, you can see, like, this is definitely a brown, but I could put this brown as the top stripe and then do red and then do the dark gray. Maybe I could do that. I don't know. Would I wear it if I did that? Would I even remember? I probably would. See, here's my problem. I'm like, oh, I could just do that. But then would I wear the socks, or would I be like, no, that's not right. That's not what I wanted. But I can't find the color that I want. And I guess I could go online and try to order it. But it seems so silly to order just one skein of yarn. I don't know. So I want this other sock. I just don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's not even a big deal. But so I would like to do this sock at some point. And then I had wound off another red ball. But I just put it in here. This is leftovers from a pair of socks. The pair of socks that I made for my boyfriend for Christmas. So this is leftover. That little bit is a leftover. And then whatever is left over from all of these other socks, I am going to make scrappy socks for my oldest kiddo because they love my handmade socks, but they are rough on socks. So while I want to make more socks for my oldest kiddo, I also don't want to use my hand-dyed yarns because they're going to put holes in them. See, look at this. This is Knit Pick Stroll. These are the thigh highs that I made for my kiddo, and she loves them. She wears them like every day, like every day. So, but there's a giant hole that I have to fix now. So I don't know. I don't really want to use my hand-dyed yarns because I feel like she'll wear a hole in them, but I do have some reinforcement thread, so maybe, I don't know. But definitely scrappy socks out of this because my kiddo, when she's not wearing the thigh highs, definitely doesn't wear her socks matching. And she really liked the advent calendar. Was that opal yarn? I think it was opal. She likes the opal socks that I made. Ooh, speaking of, first of all, look at this cute little yarn bowl. My aunt got it for me for the winter holiday. Look how cute that is. And she got me these beautiful scissors. So, of course, these scissors have to live in the yarn bowl. But this is how much I had left over from the advent calendar. I'm pretty sure it's opal. So this is a little more than 20 grams because this is definitely more than one mini in here. What I did before I went on the cruise is I had, I think, 9 minis, and I wound them into like the equivalent of a magic knot ball, but I didn't knot them together. I just wound them into 2 balls so that they would still be easy to carry around. But this is what I have left over. It's not really enough to start a new sock, and I decided that I would work this into the corner to corner blanket that I have going. Don't mind my messy floor, but the cough drops, they fell. But anyway, so this is the corner to corner. So I think I'm going to put that, and I have a couple other like little strands to work into the corner to corner. I think I'm going to do that today too. Yay, inclement weather day. It's very, very exciting for me, crafty wise. But anyway, what are we even talking about? We're talking about how I'm starting this second sock, right? So I'm going to start the second sock because we're going to the movies, I think. My friend, her sleep schedule is very different than mine, and she hasn't gotten back to me yet about going to the movies. So we're probably going to go this evening. I would rather go sometime this afternoon, if I'm being honest, because the evening is so late for me. But anyway, I'm going to take this hat, which I think is turning out so cute with that strand of mohair in it. And, but it's thick yarn on a big needle, so it's going to go quick. This is definitely not enough for movie crafting on its own. I'm taking the second sock, but also I kind of think that maybe I want to start her blanket that she requested, her birthday blanket. And she said she wanted black and lime green. And I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to do the squares? Because like there's some cute skull squares, but I also don't want to make like little tiny squares and then have to put them together. So maybe I could make like a skull, a cute skull square and like border it and make like 10 or 12-inch squares and put those together. But I could easily crochet a 12-inch granny square or a filled in granny square or some sort of granny square in the dark at the movies. And then that blanket project would be started. So those are my thoughts. Definitely the sock, definitely the hat, and probably a blanket. Always doing the most. I'm always doing the most. Hey friends, it's Thursday the 23rd and I have a giant package from my friend Haley. It's huge. Look at how big this box is. Okay, let's open it. Let's see what's in here. Oh my gosh. Bunch of little teeny minis. Exciting. These look like leftovers from like an advent that I sent her because I know this yarn for sure. And these are looking really familiar. That's fun. I like getting back the extras because she doesn't really do like magic knot balls or anything. So these can be like immediately worked into something scrappy. I'm excited for that. Thoughts. I have so many thoughts. Okay. Ooh, these are new scraps for me. And they're on these really cool bobbins that my friend Jenna of 716 knit. Her boyfriend laser printed. Oh, they're pretty. Oh, I'm excited for those. These are little ornaments that Haley made that we use for Advent spotting. And a Franken-Socks kit. That's fun. And they look like they're self-striping. Oh, that's fun. So many minis. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is this? A bag of some sort. I don't know. I'll unpack that and show you later. What are you? More minis? Oh my gosh, this is the giant box of minis. I am not mad about it. Another Franken-Sock kit. Love that. This is so exciting. A bunch of little teeny minis. Okay, so this 361 minis being used up is going to be so easy now. Another Franken-Socks kit. This one's called In the Name of the Moon. Do we think that that's a Sailor Moon reference? I don't know. Oh, look at this Franken-Sock kit. Franken-Socks. More little teeny minis, little nuggets. Yay! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. That looks like another Franken-Sock. Uh-oh, someone lost a mini. Someone lost a little teeny mini. And a Christmas mix of Franken-Socks. I am so excited for all these Franken-Sock kits. Listen. 2024 Advent for, oh, who is this? I know who this is. Why don't you say? Whatever. I'm going to pull it out so you can see. Sorry for all the crinkles. The Cozy Knitter. Yes. Exciting, which means I'll be making a single sock with a black cuff and black heel in the same pattern that all of my other Cozy Knitter Advent socks are knit out of. So that I have coordinating non-matching stripy socks. This is totally another Franken sock kit. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. People are totally getting Franken socks this Christmas. I don't know if I'm going to keep them in the kits as they came or if I'm going to like pick through. I might pick through. Oh yes, scrappy socks this year. Okay, and then there's this bag. And what does this bag have in it? Da-da-da-da. Oh, crafter or planner stuff. Oh, that's exciting. What is this? Oh my goodness, look at this journal set. That's beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. This is the perfect size little journal to live in my purse. Oh, that's exciting. And then a circle. Did she get me a water bottle? She got me a water bottle and she got me orange tangerine and mixed berry. That sounds delicious. Oh my gosh. What is this? A chill sleeve and lid. Oh my goodness. Look at these stitch markers. They're probably for like a bracelet or whatever, but obviously stitch markers, which is amazing because I was just thinking how I can't find my non-clippy stitch markers for beginning of rounds. Oh my gosh, and they're little stars. Yes. And a pen. That's super cute. And it comes with a pen with an ink refill. Love that. And then 24. Ooh, who's this? Another Advent game. The 2023. Ooh, that's exciting. Yay. Oh my gosh. And this bag is so cute and giant. Y'all. I am so bedheady. I am so excited and so spoiled. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. Okay, so that big bag or that big thing that was bundled that was plasticky, that's a reusable shopping bag. Love it. It's made out of an old feed bag. That's awesome. So now obviously I have to work on the corner to corner because look at all of these. Not all of these are going into the corner to corner. I'm going to pull some out. They're going to go into my nor'easterly instead. But that's exciting. I am going to start with the stuff that's in my bowl to be worked into the corner to corner. But oh my gosh, this is so, I'm so excited. Yeah. I have like just under 2 hours before I have to start getting ready for work. So I'm going to throw on a podcast and crochet for a while. Even though I could possibly be doing other things, I'm not going to. I also decided that maybe I should work a little bit on the linen stitch blanket since I'll be here anyway crocheting. Just a few rows, just a little bit in because some of these minis are pretty big and my plan for the linen stitch blanket is for it to have colors that you would find in a garden. So some of those fit. Oh, I'm so excited. So this is exciting. I just got to the end of my row on my blanket and this marker right here was counting how many rows I had. And it's telling me that I'm finished with the straight rows. So I'm on the decrease of this blanket. What? I'm so excited. There's still a lot of work that needs to go into this blanket, but I'm on the decrease section now, which is very exciting because that means the rows get smaller, and the decrease section of a corner to corner just feels so fast. So I'm excited. That is super motivating. I wonder if I could finish this blanket this quarter. I don't know. I've only used up 3 scraps so far because I was using the stuff in the bowl, so almost out of that. And I did pick up I did 2 rows on the, what is this called? I just said it not very long ago. So this blanket, and that I had a ball of yarn waiting, and it was a bigger ball of yarn, a bigger scrap. So I put that in here, and then I put it in, it was about this size. And then I put it into the corner to corner. So I'm also going to work this into the linen stitch. That's what this is called. Not this morning, but I'm going to work that into the linen stitch, and then I'm going to put it into the corner to corner. So I have some bigger things to go in for sure. And I do have my whole scrap stash, which is getting smaller. Obviously not now. Now it's bigger again. But I have yarn up there that I can use in this. I just need to work on my scrappy projects, and I haven't been doing so. So, yeah. But that's exciting. I'm decreasing now. Yay! Hey, sunshines. It's Friday, and I just finished the black stripe, so I decided I would try on my leggings and see. So to the best of my estimation, with it pulled up as far as I can without putting on both, because this needle is not long enough to go over both of my calves, I am definitely below the knee, so I'm good. I'm going to continue decreasing like I have been, and that's exciting. It's exciting. I have to knit half a round more of the black and then start knitting with the next green. So this is where I am, but it's almost the end of my lunchtime, so I'm not going to check in again. Oh, exciting. Definitely under the knee. Hey sunshines, it's Saturday. I just finished the first sock of the Romantasy pattern, so it's done. Yay! I'm just starting to cast on the second sock. I probably won't do the cuff today. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know. The test knit only needed 1 sock done, and I've met that, and I'm under deadline, so that's good. But I will, try to work on it a little. I'm also working on the second sock of this Patton's Croy Socks thing. Did I tell you I was on the second sock or not? I don't remember. I feel like I must have. Yeah, because I was going to cast it on for the movie. Okay, I remember now. So I'm going to work on that some more today. Speaking of movie things, this is the hat that I started to go into the movies, and yeah, really good progress. I like the way this mohair is working up with the cream background. I think what I'm probably going to do is order some cream fingering weight. Remember, because I was talking about like doing a scarf or something and holding a strand of that together and doing like a zigzagular type shawl, like where it's just a 2-row repeat and it makes like a zigzag wavy thing. I think that'll be cute to finish out this set. But I'm at the decreases, so I'm going to take my needle and finish up this hat, hopefully this weekend. And I also did start the first square, so I should finish that up this weekend. I think what I've decided, because I was looking at different patterns and stuff, I'm probably going to do a couple squares that have like a pattern in the center and then work out, but I'm also going to make some of these more plain squares and do some surface crochet or appliques for the blanket. And I think I'm going to do, 11-inch squares will work pretty well, and then do some sort of join as you go method to put them together. And I'm either going to do like a 4x5 or a 4x6, I'm thinking. That seems like a good size blanket. Maybe a 5x5, somewhere in there. Somewhere between 20 and 26 squares is my thought. Hey sunshines, it's Sunday, what is it, 26th, and you know what I haven't worked on in a very long time? My reading blanket. This square right here is Poster Girl, which I finished on the 16th of June. That's so many months of reading to catch up on. I mean, granted, I didn't read a ton the second half of the year, but definitely some squares to add in. So I'm not adding them all in today, but I will be adding some in today, starting with this color for the Brides of High Hill, which is the 5th book in a series. So you can see I read some of the other books in that series not too far before that. So yeah, I'm going to work a little bit on this blanket because I have all these little tiny minis, right? And my idea for this blanket was to keep it in the cool tones family, blues, greens, that sort of thing. I do have some like brownish squares in here, but mostly it's got purples, blues, greens. And look at so many blues and greens. So I figured I should probably put some of my reading from last year into my blanket and also into my reading journal because I wrote for Brides of High Hill and then a few more, but then I stopped. So I got some catching up to do. I'm not planning on doing all of that today, but I do have a couple solid hours of crafting time. So I'm going to work on this blanket as well as the other projects I showed you yesterday because ADHD brain. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Hey sunshines, happy Tuesday, the 28th of January. How are you? I did not work very much on my leggings yesterday because there was a flood in part of our school, so those classrooms couldn't be used. So my classroom was used by homeroom teachers, which meant that I was traveling throughout the building, so I wasn't in my classroom. But then on my lunchtime did not align with the class that was using my classroom on the other side of this wall, so it was very, very loud. So I barely worked on my knitting because I just couldn't, because it was very loud and it was very dysregulating. But I have worked on the leggings today, and I did what I was supposed to do yesterday, and I did what I was supposed to do today, and I started on the next bit of knitting. So that's exciting. That means it's going to take me less than originally anticipated because I can do as long as I'm, feeling regulated-ish and don't work through my lunch, I can do more than 3 rounds per day. I have decided that I am not going to do, I did 2 decreases in the stripe, and normally I would do 2 more decreases in the stripe, but I'm not going to do that. So I've done 2, but I think I'm just going to work in pattern through the rest of this green round, or this green stripe, and then my next black stripe is a thicker black stripe like this one. So I don't think I'm going to decrease in that. And I think I'm going to do one other green stripe where I don't decrease because I'm in this, like I'm on this part of my leg, and it doesn't decrease, like it definitely decreases a little, but it doesn't decrease that much, and I don't want it to be tight like down here. So I'm gonna work straight through like this section of my leg, and then I'll decrease again. So I think I'm at like 38 or something stitches per needle, or per half half of the legging total. And I want to be down to 26 per side. But I'm kind of thinking I'm definitely thinking once I get down to the total sock being 56, or not sock, the total leg being down to 56, I'm probably just going to work it one leg at a time on a 9-inch circular, which means I have to not be working on Croy socks at that time. So I think that's what I'm going to do once all of my decreases are done, instead of doing it 2 at a time, because that'll just go faster. Because working on 9-inch circs is very zoom for me. But that's thinking ahead. That's going to be maybe in February, not today. So I'm going to go put on a little more work on this, maybe another round, before it's time for me to get ready for kindergarten. Look at that. Such a big difference, right? Yeah. In leg circumference. Hey, sunshines. It's Friday, the 31st of January. Oh, it's the last day of the month. All right. So I still have a few minutes that I could knit, but I'm not going to. I'm feeling restless. I'm halfway through the black stripe, which was the goal for the week. So yay, I finished the green, halfway through the black. I'd be done with the black if I was making skinny stripes, but every third stripe is a thicker black stripe. So yeah, halfway through that. I'm pretty excited. They're below the knee, if you remember. Oh, I'm caught on my pants. I'm so excited. They're so cute. These are going to be amazing.